What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So we had a very interesting report come out this morning, literally from Wojnarowski, saying that the Golden State Warriors tried to trade for LeBron James before the trade deadline had ended. So obviously LeBron James has expressed a lot of frustration off the court with the Los Angeles Lakers, kind of trolling about the Knicks and whatever, just simple little things. So the Warriors thought maybe they could pry LeBron James from the Los Angeles Lakers. Obviously, it did not end up happening. What we're going to do today is see what if LeBron James was, in fact, traded to the Golden State Warriors to team up with Stephen Curry. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. This is a very fun what if, because obviously this sounds crazy. It probably would have never happened. LeBron and Steph teaming up would be absolutely insane. It'd be awesome if we saw it one time. And it sounds like the Warriors tried to make it happen. Now, as far as what the trade would have looked like, your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. This is the trade that I cooked up. Wiggins, Podziemski, Moses Moody, Gary Payton, and a first-round pick for LeBron James. This allows the Warriors to keep Jonathan Kuminga out of the trade talks, who's obviously blossomed very well for the Golden State Warriors. But LeBron James ultimately teams up with Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors to go on one championship run with both Steph and LeBron James teamed up, which sounds like a movie almost. So what we're going to do is make this trade go through. So we're going to override it and make that trade happen. And just like that, we are ready to get straight into things. So I actually had to turn the trade deadline off. That'll probably be off throughout the video now. But yeah, in order to do a trade after the deadline, I had to turn trade deadline off. LeBron James is now on the Golden State Warriors, which just sounds insane. But we're going to move LeBron to the 3. And this is what the rotation will look like now. So it'll be Steph, Clay, LeBron, Draymond, Kevon Looney, and Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga hitting the bench definitely sucks because of how good he's been this season. Maybe you could put Clay on the bench if you wanted to, but it doesn't really matter. As long as Kuminga is getting a bunch of minutes, which he is in this scenario at 28 minutes, that's really what truly matters. And Christian Wood was a little nice throwing in that trade as well. But yeah, with LeBron James and the Warriors, I just want to see what Steph and LeBron could do together. This is a very fun what if video that probably never would have happened, but it is a fun thing to think about. So one also other thing is Chris Paul at the moment is not healthy. So once he rejoins the rotation, that should make our rotation even stronger. A bunch of veterans going after one last championship. What could possibly go wrong? Let's go ahead. Somewhere to the end of the season. Right now, we're 26 and 25, 10th seed in the West. Let's see if we can climb up the standings a little bit or just stay in the play-in with LeBron and Steph. Let's see what happens, man. It should be a fun little rebuild we got today. Today's video is brought to you by PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a player props app that's available on mobile or desktop. Not only do they have NBA, they have all kinds of sports such as esports, MLB's right around the corner. They even have darts on here. So many options to choose from. The way it works is you choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 players being 3 times your entry, all the way up to 6 players being 25 times your entry. So there's NBA, NHL, like I said, esports, there's darts on here. But if you go to the NBA, there's so many stats to choose from. There's even more as the day obviously progresses. But if you go to PRA, which is one of my favorite ones to choose from, if you go over on Brandon Miller against the Atlanta Hawks over PRA, then you can go under on like Tyrese Maxey tonight, for instance, against Miami if you wanted to. So a lot of different options to choose from. If you want to suffer PrizePicks, use code Crushables to match first positive dollar for dollar up to $100. And I no longer use PrizePicks with my gut or my emotions. I actually use DGF's optimizer and correlation tool. What it does, the optimizer anyway, it compares discrepancies across multiple sports books, and there's a lot of good examples on the board at the moment. While there isn't no discrepancy on some of the ones that I see right now, which actually there's one on here. Brunson under 7 assists. Every single book has it at 6.5 with juice on the under as well. Same thing for like Brandon Miller and Trae Young. Not any discrepancy, but the odds are on the over of Brandon Miller and Trae Young hitting over 5.5 3-pointers made. It compares multiple books in one single place for you. It gives you winning plays in one spot for you. It really can't be beaten. It's an awesome tool. If you want to check it out, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables to match first, or that's PrizePicks. They offer 25% off the first month if you use code Crushables. And another tool that I absolutely love is the correlation tool. Not a lot of volume on the board at the moment, no correlation slips, but the new update they have added is they build out EV slips for you, which is what basically the optimizer is like trying to build out EV slips. So, for instance, this would be a winning slip long term. As you can see, it took that Brandon Miller, Trae Young play we were talking about and Jalen Brunson play and put in a slip for you. So if you don't even want to have to think about making your own slips, you could just come over here to the correlation tool and have the slip built out for you. Put it in. It's that simple. So if you want to go ahead and check out any of these tools, all links are down in the description below. Prize Picks in the link in the description below. I've also been going live on their channel a few days a week to put in plays of my own from their tools. If you want to ever check those out, their YouTube channel is also down in the description. But other than that, let's get back to the rebuild. So at the end of year one, Luka wins MVP. Vic is your rookie of the year. Russ is your sixth man. Also, defense player goes to Wemby. Kobe White, most improved. AD, clutch player. Mike Malone, coach of the year. And Tyler Jameson, executive. And that should be it. So All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, All-NBA third team. LeBron James makes it. And I don't think I saw Stephen Curry's name, which really sucks. But we ended up as a 9th seed. So we didn't climb up in the standings at all. Actually, I guess we did by 1 seed. But yeah, you would think with LeBron and Stephen Curry teaming up, that would mean we'd ultimately get into the playoffs, but did not happen. Hopefully we don't get eliminated in the plan. That would really, really suck. So I'm going to look up the rotations looking like at the moment. So Steph, Clay, LeBron, Draymond, Cavalli, Chris Paul, Kuminga, Sarge, Trace Jackson, Davis. I will admit, Jonathan Kuminga only getting 21 minutes is probably a crime based off how he's played this year. Draymond Green will regress though in the offseason, so it'll fix next year, and Kuminga will also develop even further. But we'll see. We'll see if we can beat the Kings to get into the playoff dance. That's really what we want here. Obviously, we do not want to go home after trading for LeBron James. So it looks like we're good. We're going to blow out the Kings, which is a great start. So we are getting the playoffs convincingly. And now we can get straight into who we're about to play, which I keep forgetting. Oh, I forgot. That was only the first. I forgot that was only the first matchup. We saw the Lakers matchup. Thankfully, we won. That's funny because I literally just skipped right through this. Kind of funny LeBron James playing his old team, though, if that were to happen. But regardless, we get the Clippers, who are the first seed. Obviously have been really good this year. Struggled at first when they got Harden, but went on a win streak, and they've been pretty solid ever since. So game by game here. Game 1, 1-0 goes to us. Great start. It would be pretty wild if we could upset the first seed in the West, and we are definitely giving them a run for their money as we're up 3-1. And we are going to upset the first seed in the Western Conference. I'm not too surprised by that. And now we get the Minnesota Timberwolves to have Edwards, Conley, McDaniels, Cat, Gobert. Can we do the same thing to them? And we are down 2-1. Can we even it up? Yes, we can. Can we go up 3-2? Yes, we can. Can we beat them at 6? Yes, we can. Just like that, win the Western Conference Finals. We go from the play-in, bottom of the play-in as well, to the Western Conference Finals. Now, can we finish it off with a championship appearance is the question. Game 1, 1-0 goes to New Orleans. Game 2, it would really suck to ultimately just fall to the Pelicans to end this off. That really sucks, man. I really wanted to beat the Pelicans getting in the finals after being, in the play-in. We make it all the way to the finals. That's a cool story, but the Pelicans may stump us in our track. We might win this one, though, so we may not be done just yet. Who knows? Maybe we can come back from 3-0. LeBron's come back from 3-1 before, as we know. So 3-0 would be pretty historic at this age. But right now, it looks like they may send us home, which they're going to. So fortunately, losing 5, which sucks. But we could focus on trying to build the roster a little bit better this offseason. We did lose to the team that went on to win the championship. So I guess we can't be too discouraged. LeBron James does not retire. So we have him for at least 2 more years if we want to keep going. So Spurs number 1. And then our pick, I believe, is going somewhere. Yeah, the Blazers have it. So, staff signing, we have Steve Kerr still as the head coach. I'll probably leave that the way it is. And then we're just going to fill out this coaching staff. And then the only important thing to do now is simply, of course, just re-sign Kuminga and LeBron. That's like the main thing we want to focus on. So, I'm going to go ahead and fill out this coaching staff. I'll see you guys in free agency. I also might trade Chris Paul. I'll let you know, but we'll see. So a move I'm going to try to pull off here is with the Chicago Bulls. Although they want 2 first-round picks, 1 being lottery protected, Chris Paul for Caruso and Vucevic, an expiring contract. I don't hate it. I actually might just go ahead and pull the trigger on this trade. So we're actually going to go ahead and do this. We're going to just mortgage things a little bit. We're trying to go win another championship. Caruso and Vucevic absolutely help us with that. So we're going to go ahead and do that trade and not feel guilty about it at all. So we definitely have traded quite a bit of picks here to start today's video. But again, with Caruso and Vucevic, Vucevic is automatically going to be our starting center, which is going to space the floor and just have a big man present, which is nice. But of course, Kuminga, is he a free agent this offseason? He's not. He's actually not a free agent yet, so that helps out a lot. So now we can just focus on LeBron and Clay. So I am obviously going to go in and re-sign LeBron if he allows me to re-sign him, which I'm going to make sure he stays which we shouldn't have a problem because he only has 1-year offers that he's not interested in. So we should get him pretty easily. Clay, on the other hand, 2-year deal. 18.5 sounds good. I think Clay and LeBron signed for 2 years. Probably where we're going anyway. 2 years left in this video more than likely. And then we might have a full rotation after the Caruso trade, but we'll see. So we have Stephen Curry, Caruso, Klay Thompson, LeBron, Maxwell Lewis, Kuminga, Draymond, and then Vucevic, Kevon Looney, and Trace Jackson Davis. With how good Trace Jackson Davis is, Kevon Looney might become more expendable if we trade him for another forward or guard, unless if we can move Trace Jackson Davis, which we could do potentially, but I do want to play. Well, let's see. If we move LeBron to the 4, he stays the same. If we move Kuminga to the 3, he goes up. I think we move Kuminga to the 3. I think we do that, and then we move Trace Jackson Davis to the 4. We'll do that. We'll do something like that. So we'll have Steph, Clay, Caruso. Kuminga will start, and Draymond Green will come off the bench. Or I guess that didn't really fix anything. I guess we still have a logjam regardless. So actually, we're going to move Trace Jackson Davis back to the 5, and we're still trading Looney. So we're still going to trade Kevon Looney. I thought that was going to fix my problem, but it absolutely didn't. So Draymond's going to come off the bench because I know he's going to regress anyway. But we are going to go ahead and move Looney probably for a backup guard or something. So no good trade offers really popped up. So instead, we're just going to go ahead and sign Dennis Smith Jr. in free agency to be our backup point guard and call it good. So that will be what we do. We keep Kevon Looney, which is probably better to do anyway. We have a couple guys come back in their qualifying offer. And of course, everyone is regressing. No surprise there. We're an old roster. That's to be expected. But that's why this video will not last too long. Obviously, we have a very small window of going to win a championship. So hopefully, with the guys we've brought in, we can go still do that this next season. We got all the way to the conference finals, got stunned by the Pelicans, but we brought in Vucevic. We brought in quite a bit of help to reinforce our roster a little bit and try to get Steph and LeBron one last ring, or even 2. If we can go win this one and go for another one, that'd be great as well, but we'll see. Power King is going to let us 8th overall, 4-star perimeter-centric. We could be 4-star balance, but I'll leave it at perimeter-centric. Kuminga starting is going to help out a ton, I believe. We can shrink the bench utilization down a little bit. So it'll be Steph, Clay, Kuminga, LeBron, Vucevic, Draymond, Kevon Looney, Trace Jackson Davis, and Caruso. Obviously, we're playing 2 centers, which I don't absolutely love. I mean, I guess we could still find a way to trade Kevon Looney at the deadline, potentially, if we need to. But as far as Caruso is concerned, he stays the same no matter where I leave him. So I will leave him at shooting guard for now. But yeah, I guess we're going to run 2 5s for now as the backup, which I don't love. But we could replace Kevon Looney with Dennis Smith, but I just feel like it's probably better to leave Looney in there. So I will see you guys either at the deadline at the end of the season. It all just depends on how the season's going. So year number 2, Luka wins MVP again. Decided not to stop at the deadline. We were pretty darn good. As you saw, Steve Kerr won Coach of the Year. LeBron James makes All-NBA second team. And I was about to say, I believe I saw Stephen Curry. He makes All-NBA third team as well, which is fantastic. First in the West. So this season went very, very well. Here are your player stats. He had 31 from Steph, 25 from LeBron, 16 from Kuminga, 15 from Clay, and then 12 from Nikola Vucevic, 8, and then 7. So without further ado, Grizzlies are round 1. Let's make a round against Memphis. See if we get on round 1, which we do. So Memphis had John Morant, Bane, Vince Williams, Jaren Jackson, Brandon Clark, but we were able to still beat them. Dallas in round 2, of course, they have Kyrie Irving, Luka, Exum, Washington, Gafford. So they're definitely still a very good team in Dallas. We'll see how we do against them. Luka Doncic, MVP. Do we beat them in 6? No, we're going to a game 7. So game 7 in Oakland. Or not Oakland. It's not Oakland anymore. San Francisco. We're going to go 8-man rotation. We're going to skip Caruso. We're going to put Caruso in over Kevon Looney. And then Steph and Clay or Draymond are getting 41 minutes, which is what we want. So here we go. Simcast game 7 in San Francisco. The Mavericks have the lead right now. They take it again. Can we get it back? It's not looking... Okay, we take it back. Very, very close game. We're going to slow it down. We're going to Simcast to slow down. Okay, we have a 3-point lead. Do we keep it? 5-point lead. And we do beat them in game 7 to go to the conference finals once again. But this time we run into the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have signed OG Anunoby. Very solid team in OKC, of course. Usually very tough to take care of. Game 1, 1-0 goes to them. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3, 2-1. Let's shrink the rotation how 2K sees fit. Game 4, 3-1. And we might be going home in a conference finals appearance again, which would really, really suck. But it's looking that way. Unless if we can come out here and come back from 3-1 deficit. And we are going to lose. So we, once again, back-to-back conference finals, we lose. We have one more shot at this. We truly do. And it's only going to get harder from here because I guess LeBron James still didn't retire, which I thought he definitely would. But he said, no, I'm going to run it again. All right. We have one more shot at this. So, Lakers lottery. Obviously, our pick is gone. Lakers get number 3. Shout out to them. But our pick goes to Chicago Bulls from the Nikola Vucevic trade. Steve Kerr will keep as the coach. We've made it to the conference finals twice. have fallen short twice. How do we get over the hump is the question. I definitely think we round out the rotation a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we are going to consolidate that backup 5 spot. We're going to have to resign Kuminga. We know that. Looney is a free agent, so we could just let him go for nothing, which would suck. But everyone else is pretty much under contract. Very old roster, as we know. And it doesn't get easy when you have an old roster. Except Guy Santos, just because that might be a contract I can use. Kuminga, of course, we're going to send the qualifying offer on that. And then Kevon Looney is also a free agent. So I am going to resign Kuminga. We're going to resign Kevon Looney just because I'm going to see what we can do with him. Because I don't want to just let him leave for nothing. So Kuminga is resigned. We have money to sign anybody good. So we actually are able to sign like a Jose Alvarado. Caruso I extended as well, but he is going to regress even further. I'm going to sign Jose Alvarado unless there's a better option, which I don't think there is. So I'm going to sign Jose Alvarado to be our backup point guard. If we're able to get like, how about, no, we don't. Okay, so now we need to make a trade. So Alvarado is going to be the backup point guard. Caruso is going to regress. We're going to have to move him. And then, yeah, everyone here is pretty much going to regress. But let's make a move to try to maybe get younger off the bench and see if that helps our case. Because Steph, LeBron, they're all getting old. The team is about to regress everyone's on a 1-year deal. This team is about to regress like crazy. But what we could do to minimize that is try to get some depth that would help us in the long run. So the 76ers are willing to offer me DJ Wagner and a first-round pick in the future, and I think we have to do this. But I'm going to look at some of the other trades just because I want to see. But Wagner, if I bet on it, he would probably go up in overall, which would help out a ton right now. We needed youth on the roster. I think Wagner helps out a ton with that problem. So if we move him to point guard, does he go up even further, or do we leave him at the 2? We definitely leave him at the 2. So he is a 74 out of the 2 guards. Probably going to go up as well, which is going to help out a ton. Alvarado, as we already established, the backup point guard. Wagner is now the backup 2. Although Clay as a starter definitely doesn't feel great anymore, but we might have to run with it. Trace Jackson-Davis is now the backup 5. That might be literally the only move we can do. I mean, Guy Santos and Dennis Smith could probably get us maybe something else, which we'll try here really quickly. So Dennis Smith and Guy Santos. We also have Maxwell Lewis, who I keep forgetting about. Metu, Tristan Da Silva, Peyton Pritchard, Bronny, Colby Jones, Jalen Noel. Just keep looking just in case everything else pops up. Batum. Nasir Little. It wouldn't be too bad getting Nasir Little, 25 years old. Might go for that. Leonard Miller. I think we are going to do that trade with the Phoenix Suns. We're going to swap a couple seconds. We trade them Dennis Smith and Guy Santos. We get Nasir Little. So that's just going to give us a little bit more depth as well. And now we got to see what player progression looks like. It's probably about to look really bad. Let's be honest. The regression is about to be crazy here, I assume. So yeah, Clay is down to a 76, which is kind of what I expected. Wagner's up to a 76 though, so he might even start, which is kind of wild to think about. But LeBron's down to a 92. Steph is down to a 94. This team is not getting any younger. We pretty much only have one more crack at this. Literally, it's probably where we're headed. One more year being able to go win a championship with this team. We've done everything we possibly could have, but there is more to do if we stop at the deadline and make some other moves, which definitely still a possibility. 18th power ranking, 4-star perimeter centric. Rotationally, Steph, Clay, Kuminga, LeBron, Vucevic, Trey Jackson-Davis, Draymond, Garuba, and Alvarado. So we're actually going to run a 9-man rotation. And we're going to kick out Garuba for Nasir Little, which actually Wagner's not even getting minutes right now, which something I definitely wanted to happen. But Tracy Jackson-Davis, I guess Wagner's not going to get minutes, which is fine. But that gives us an asset to move if we so please. So I will see if there's a move to be made. The one player I'd be looking at moving is probably Nikola Vucevic. I'm going to try to ride it out with Klay Thompson, getting him one more ring as well. That's just kind of the story I want to go with. But we'll see. I will more than likely see you guys in the midseason point to maybe attempt to trade Vucevic for an upgrade at the 5. That would help out a ton. We're not even going to waste any time. We're going to make one final move here where we get Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart. We're just getting a little bit better rebounding. Obviously, Josh Hart, a great rebounder in his own right. Wagner's not playing this year little. We get a better upgrade with Josh Hart. So, and Mitch Robinson just a little bit better than Vucevic. And obviously, Mitch Robinson, a lot better of an inside defender as well. So that's what we're going with. That is our final consolidation move to try to attempt this team to be a championship contender. Will it work? We shall see. I'm still going to replace Garuba with Alvarado to be that backup point guard. But other than that, this is the rotation we're running with for the rest of the video. Steph, Clay, Kuminga, LeBron, Trace Jackson-Davis, Robinson, Draymond, Josh Hart, and Alvarado. We will see if it ends in a championship. Hopefully it does. Let's just see what happens. The final season here, Steph once again makes an All-NBA team. LeBron James does make an All-NBA third team as well. And we are the second seed in the West. I thought we were the first seed, but second. So, player stats, once again, 35 from Steph at 38 years old, 23 from LeBron, 14 from Clay, 14 from Kuminga, 10 for Trey Davis with 9 rebounds, 6 from Draymond, 6 from Mitch Robinson with 9 rebounds, Josh Hart with 4 and 4. All looking really good. Obviously, none of this matters if we cannot make it all the way to the finals to win a championship. We are facing the Spurs in round 1. Very, very solid young roster. They get game 1 on us, but we do beat them in 5. Now we draw the Portland Trailblazers. Same thing. Young roster. They have Zach Satcher now as well. Aiden Simons, Josh Giddey is there now, which is kind of wild, but we'll see if we can take down the Blazers. We have a lot of good guards, and we are going to get eliminated in 6 games, man. So, back-to-back videos where we cannot win a championship, unfortunately. But we got to the conference finals twice. A little bit of a slump here, boys. Pacers go on to win the championship. Blazers go on to lose in the finals. So, Pelicans beat us year 1. Year 2, we lose to the Thunder. Now, that usually happens a lot. And then year 3, we lose to the Blazers. So, I think I'm going to end it there. This roster it's only going to go work. LeBron James is 42. I'm not running it back with him at 42. He's probably retired by at this point. Hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. Really sucks we couldn't get a championship with LeBron and Steph. Got really close a couple times, but never made the finals, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I am saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.